This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
So, I mean, not that I'm saying you need to beat the Ascension again, because God knows those guys got beat enough. And the second you walked them in the door and said Road Warriors, and in any comparison, you just buried those guys. They can't live up to that, nor they should be expected to. So, I mean, it's just, it's just throwing things out there without thinking them through. Curtis Axel's dad, for God's sakes, was Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig, who was as good a performer as ever graced this industry. He was as good and as creative and as ahead of his time as anybody ever has been. For Joe to not be able to go out on TV his first time and say, hey, I'm not my dad, I'm Joe, but my dad was Curt Hennig. Very proud of that fact, and I'm going to try to do everything I can to make him proud of me and excel in this business. My granddad was also, and fill in the name for me here.
Larry the Axe Hennig.
Yes, Larry the Axe Hennig. Sorry, I had a brain fart. No disrespect to the Axe. But his lineage was huge in this industry. Why he wasn't able to take advantage of that, and you just go that way. That was something else that, it was guys would come up and they wouldn't get to be who they were, or who their dad was, or who their uncle was. Well, that just makes the business bigger, that you have second and third generation wrestlers that are doing well, and you see what an edge they have. For Curtis Axel to not be who he was, and them try to name him 2 or 3 different times, and the kid could perform, he could work. You could have done better by that. And a lot of characters that have came along with huge lineages, you just, for whatever reason, it's like, no, name him something else.
He just recently got released. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot he was even still with the company. They hadn't used him in so long on TV. Were you surprised that they never found any place for him? I mean, this is a guy who was praised in a major way. Like even when The Rock was coming back and trying to get ready for a comeback, he would go to this guy and say, hey man, let's work it out and let's work together. And very capable performer is my point. And for whatever reason, they can't figure it out with WWE.
Yep. I know. I was there with it, and him and Bo Dallas made a good team, but they've always got this feeling in the back of their head that performance is not enough. The fact that the guys look like good athletes is not enough. You always got to put some entertainment on it. Well, if everybody's entertaining, I think nobody's entertaining. Yeah. If everybody has the same gimmick, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's trying to do ha-ha, then ha-ha, it gets overdone, and you don't appreciate any of it. Like you said earlier, everybody should have a niche. And, his niche was just he could go out and go.
The point you're trying to make about if everybody's entertaining, then nobody's entertaining is, if what makes a guy special is his comedy, but every match has comedy, well, he's not so special anymore. And the first time I heard that comparison in wrestling was a Jim Cornette quote when he said, if you got a locker room full of 7-footers, you ain't got no giants. The idea being you've got to have smaller guys to really emphasize how big this guy really is. But if everybody's that size, well, they all look the same and nobody's a giant.
Exactly.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.